Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Nash. Welcome to another Duolingo video. I know I've been not making any videos for quite some time now. I've been pretty busy these couple of months, and I've been focusing mostly on my gaming videos, which obviously, I mean, you guys know I like gaming as well. But I figured my Duolingo videos got a lot of positive reception, and especially now because of the new Duolingo update, I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on it and answer some of viewer comments that were left on some of my older videos. So, without further ado, um, this is the new Duolingo update. Now, you're looking at my Spanish progress tree, I guess, and I'm on unit 115. So basically, when I booted Duolingo for the first time, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I noticed that most of my uh, progress was already completed because based on all of the progress that I had made, learning the language with the previous updates on Duolingo, right? In the previous format. So this was already pre-populated for me. I didn't actually do this just now. It'll take forever. I feel bad for people just starting out because I'll talk about it real quick. But yeah, all this was already completed for me based on my progress in the language. And right now I'm in unit 115 out of, you would think that 115 is a lot, but there's way more units. I don't want to scroll down and make you guys dizzy, but there's way more units than 100. And that's a lot, considering each unit here, if I click on it, is, wait, hold on. Yeah, here, 2 out of 6, right? So there's 6 lessons, and each lesson has around, I want to say roughly give or take 20 to 25 questions, and some of them are really hard. And you have to do that 6 times. They force you, you can't jump to the next lesson because it's locked. And so they force you to beat this. And do you know how long it's going to take just for you to get to the end of a unit? It'll take forever, especially at higher difficulties, right? Because the language gets more complex. You know, I'm not at level 1 now. I'm not at unit 1 now. I'm in unit 115. So it's expected, I guess. Um, but the other thing also I wanted to mention is, oh yeah, check it out. I'm at a 1193 streak. Isn't that awesome? 1,000 plus day streak of nonstop Duolingo. I never thought I would actually do that, but here I am. Almost 1,200 streak, which is super awesome. Just goes to show, consistency pays off, right? Even if you do just one lesson a day in any language, it makes a huge difference. Um, then again, I don't like the whole concept of leaderboards because I'm like, what am I competing for, right? I mean, I feel like language learning is a very personal achievement, and all that should matter is how much progress are you making in the language, right? I don't want to be comparing myself to other people's progress, really, because it's an individual effort. It's so yeah, I don't understand the point of leaderboards, honestly. Um, Unless, of course, you could say, yeah, it gives you kind of a motivating factor to actually do a lesson. I don't want to be competing. I don't want to be rushed either. So yeah, but I mean that's for a different topic for a different video. If you have any comments on that, let me know. But right now we're just focusing on the update. If you guys remember, I am actually studying Spanish, Hindi, Norwegian, French, and Japanese. And I've noticed that Spanish and French courses for Duolingo for English speakers are the most in depth and you know most fleshed out compared to other languages. Like for example, if I go to, hopefully I'm not scrolling too fast. Okay, here we go. 113. You'll notice that they've basically structured it like you're, in a class, right? Each unit, there's over 100 units for depending on language you're studying, and each unit has lessons And then this symbol means it's a story option. But I don't like the fact that the story is on here because I liked it down here in the bottom row where you had, I have Super Duolingo, which I don't make use of this feature. It's just way too much. I feel like then you have leaderboards, profile, uh, and then the feed, right? But anyway, going back to the course, I don't like the fact that, where was I? 113? Yeah. I don't like how the stories are inbuilt within the unit. I'd prefer them to have a separate option like they'd always did for all the courses down below. Because what if I don't like the story? What if I click on this? I did it once, right?
Pero yo manejo.
But I drive. But I'm just saying, what if I like doing it once, but I don't want to keep doing it? You're telling me I can't look at any other story? Like I can't browse any other stories? That was an awesome option before. But now I'm just restricted to that story and then whatever this story is 50 years later. So for this unit, and of course you could go back to previous units and, do previous stories, but it's like I like the freedom of the previous Duolingo where you could bounce around different units, go at your own pace. As long as you unlock them, you could just bounce around. And that in itself was a lot of work. But now I feel like they've just broken up into tiny little, units where there's so much information that you're going to take forever to beat. I feel bad for people who are just starting out because they'll be like, wow, this is so much work, right? And I picked Duolingo because, granted, I'm not using Duolingo on its own just to learn a language. I'm also using other textbooks and other references. But if I wanted to be in a classroom setting, this is perfect for that. But I didn't choose Duolingo to be in a classroom, right? It's mostly like, a fun activity I just wanted to do, bounce around. And I understand what they're getting at, but it doesn't really work for me personally. I'm sure we'll get used to it, but this is just my take on it so far. And just the sheer amount of class or units, like I was saying, if you pick one of these, you know, 2 out of 6, I'm on lesson 2 out of 6. There's six, you got to do this 6 times to beat it. Each lesson has about 20 questions or so until you hit this option, right, which is locked. It's like, wow, that is a lot, man. And I remember before multiple options, you could unlock, once you unlock something, you could unlock two different courses if you wanted to, or two different lessons, I guess, if you wanted to. I mean, basically, Duolingo had a lot more freedom to, you know, tackle the language however you want it. But here I feel like it's more restricted. And then for some other languages like Hindi, for example, it's not there's not a whole lot because the language, like I was saying, for at least for English speakers, isn't a whole lot of units, so you may be able to finish this much faster. But still, it's the same thing. One good improvement is obviously the letters, where you can learn um, how it's written. But I have an issue with this as well. I feel like some of the pronunciations are off, and they need to fix that. Um, but yeah, these tips right here are grammar tips, which is not necessarily grammar tips for most languages. They have just key phrases, and some languages have key phrases and an actual tip. So, like I said, it depends on which language you're learning on here and how much attention they have given to the language as far as the content. But yeah, overall, it's okay. I'm sure I'll get used to it, like I was saying. Not the best update in my opinion, but that's pretty much all we have, right? So far. Um, I did wish, like I guess the previous comment said, a separate option for just stories, but I guess we're not getting that either. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys my quick thoughts on the new Duolingo update. I'm sure I'll have more videos for you guys soon. As always, thanks again for watching. And if you have Any comments? If you like the video, please make sure to give it a like. And I'll keep making videos like this. Let me know. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.